Have you ever wondered why so many people pass away after the age of 75? Most of us think it's simply part of getting older, a natural step in life's journey. But what if the truth is far more urgent and far more hopeful? You see, the overwhelming majority of deaths after 75 don't come out of nowhere. They're not random, and they're not always inevitable. In fact, many of them can be traced back to just a few common causes. And here's the surprising part. Most of these causes are preventable, or at the very least, manageable if we pay attention early enough. The real problem, too often, warning signs are missed or dismissed as just aging. By the time something feels truly wrong, it may already be too late. Health can decline slowly, and then all at once, but it doesn't have to be that way. In this video, we're going to explore the 5 leading reasons why people over 75 tend to lose their lives earlier than they should. Some of these may be familiar, others might completely surprise you, but every single one of them holds a powerful truth. The sooner you understand what's really going on, the better chance you have of making changes that can extend your health, your freedom, and your years. This isn't just about statistics or studies. It's about real people, families, choices, and daily habits that determine whether someone spends their later years in strength or in struggle. And here's the good news. These 5 causes are not a life sentence. With small, steady adjustments, many seniors have reclaimed their vitality, mobility, and independence. So if you're ready to take control of your future, you're in the right place. Let's begin with the first major factor that silently steals lives after 75. Number 1, heart disease. Let's begin with the most common, yet often misunderstood cause of death after the age of 75: heart disease. While many people assume it's just part of growing older, the truth is that your heart has far more resilience and you have more control than most realize. Think of your heart as a powerful muscle. Like any muscle, it needs proper care and consistent movement to stay strong. When neglected, it gradually weakens. The problem: most early warning signs go unnoticed. Fatigue, shortness of breath, or feeling slower than usual are often brushed off as just aging, when in fact, they may be your heart trying to speak up. One of the most serious contributors to heart disease is high blood pressure. Over time, it silently strains your arteries, forcing your heart to work harder than it should. The danger lies in its silence. There's no pain, no warning until a heart attack or stroke hits suddenly. That's why many older adults end up in the hospital with no idea their heart had been struggling for years. Another key factor is diet. Decades of processed foods, salty snacks, and unhealthy fats clog arteries and slow down circulation. But healing your heart isn't just about removing harmful foods, it's also about adding in the right ones. Nutrient-rich choices like leafy greens, berries, olive oil, and nuts provide the fuel your heart needs to repair and stay resilient. And then there's movement. The heart isn't meant to be idle all day. When we stop moving, our circulation slows, muscles weaken, and the heart loses its rhythm. But the good news is, you don't need to jog or lift weights. Simple, daily activities like walking, stretching, or gentle chair exercises can work wonders for heart function. Finally, never underestimate your influence. Heart disease isn't only about genetics or age, it's about daily habits. What you choose to eat, how you move, and how you manage stress all play a role in how long and how well your heart serves you. And the best time to take action, not next year, not next week, but today. Number 2, falls and injuries. Let's move on to the second leading danger for older adults after the age of 75: falls. It may not be a medical condition, but its impact can be just as severe and even life-changing. Falling doesn't come with a diagnosis or warning signs. It happens in a moment. One misstep, a slippery floor, or a sudden dizzy spell can lead to a devastating outcome. The danger lies in how easy it is to overlook. People tend to underestimate how fragile the body becomes with age until they've already taken a serious fall. What once would have been a minor stumble in youth can now lead to a broken hip, head trauma, or weeks, sometimes months of limited movement. Unfortunately, for many, a fall marks the beginning of physical decline, a loss of independence, or even long-term care. Every year, millions of seniors are rushed to emergency rooms due to falls. Yet most people don't think about fall prevention until it's too late. That's partly because changes in balance, muscle strength, and coordination happen slowly. You might feel steady walking around your home or doing simple tasks, but those gradual changes add up, and one day your body might not react fast enough to stop a fall. There's another layer that makes falls more dangerous: the fear that follows them. After a single incident or even a close call, many older adults begin to limit their movements. They avoid stairs, skip walks, and stop reaching for things above their heads. But ironically, this avoidance leads to further weakness. The less you move, the more muscle mass you lose, and the less stable you become. This cycle quietly steals independence and confidence. The good news is that falls can be prevented, and the solutions aren't complicated. Simple strength exercises focusing on the legs and core can help restore balance. Even gentle movement like walking, stretching, or using resistance bands makes a real difference. Practicing balance regularly, even just standing on one foot while holding onto a counter, can help your body react better if you're thrown off. Your home environment also plays a big role, installing handrails near stairs and in bathrooms, improving lighting in dim areas, removing slippery rugs, and keeping floors clear of clutter can drastically reduce fall risk. Sometimes it's not the body that fails, it's the surroundings that haven't been made safe. There's also a commonly missed factor: medication. Many prescription drugs cause side effects like dizziness, sleepiness, or sudden drops in blood pressure, all of which increase the risk of falling. If you've ever stood up quickly and felt lightheaded, that may be your body's way of warning you. Talk with your healthcare provider and review your medication list regularly. Small adjustments can make a huge difference. Preventing a fall isn't just about staying upright, it's about protecting your freedom to live independently and confidently. One fall might change everything, but taking the right steps today could mean years of strength, movement, and peace of mind. If you're still with me and this message resonates with you, let me know by typing number 2 in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss important tips that could help you or a loved one live a safer, healthier life. Number 3, respiratory diseases. Breathing is something most people take for granted until it becomes a struggle. As we grow older, our lungs naturally lose some of their capacity. This decline often goes unnoticed until basic activities like walking or speaking start to leave us winded. While it's easy to dismiss shortness of breath or a lingering cough as signs of aging, they could be early warnings of a more serious issue. Respiratory diseases are one of the top causes of death in people over 75. But what many don't realize is that they're not simply a part of getting older. They often stem from conditions that can be prevented or managed. One of the most common is COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. This includes long-term issues like chronic bronchitis and emphysema, which slowly restrict airflow and make breathing more difficult over time. Many older adults ignore persistent symptoms like coughing, wheezing, or tightness in the chest, assuming it's just part of being older. But these can be signals that the lungs are under stress and not getting enough oxygen. Another serious threat is pneumonia. It may begin as a simple cold or chest congestion, but in seniors, it can escalate quickly into a life-threatening illness, especially when the immune system is already weakened by age. Air quality also plays a major role in respiratory health. After years of exposure to pollutants like smoke, dust, or household chemicals, Our lungs may become more sensitive and less able to filter out harmful particles. Even inside the home, things like mold, bed d'onde, and poor ventilation can silently worsen breathing difficulties, especially for people with asthma or lung conditions. The good news is that there are practical steps to strengthen and protect the lungs. Simple changes like adding an air purifier, improving airflow in living spaces, and avoiding secondhand smoke can create a healthier breathing environment. But one of the most powerful tools is movement. Staying physically active helps your lungs expand fully, remove trapped mucus, and improve circulation throughout the body. Walking, stretching, or practicing breathing exercises are all low-impact ways to keep your respiratory system functioning well. Another often overlooked step is staying up to date with vaccinations. Getting annual flu shots in the pneumonia vaccine can significantly reduce the risk of serious respiratory infections. These vaccines don't just prevent illness, they can be life-saving, especially for those with chronic lung conditions. Breathing shouldn't feel like a burden. Your lungs work tirelessly every moment to keep you alive. Taking care of them through clean air, regular movement, and smart prevention is one of the most valuable investments you can make for your long-term health, strength, and independence. Number 4, stroke. Number 4 on the list is stroke, an event that strikes suddenly and without mercy. There's no countdown, no advance warning. In just a few seconds, it can take away your ability to speak, walk, or even care for yourself. After the age of 75, stroke is one of the most common causes of death, and yet many people don't realize how much power they have to prevent it. Here's something that might surprise you: up to 80% of strokes are preventable. That's right. The choices you make today can have a direct impact on whether you stay independent or face a devastating health crisis. So, what exactly is a stroke? It happens when blood flow to part of the brain is suddenly blocked, or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. Without oxygen, brain cells begin to die within minutes. Some strokes may be mild, causing temporary confusion or weakness. Others are more severe, leading to paralysis, speech loss, or full-time dependency, and in many heartbreaking cases, strokes are fatal. One of the biggest contributors to stroke is high blood pressure. Over time, constant pressure wears down the arteries, making them more likely to break or clog. The scary part: high blood pressure often shows no symptoms. Many people are walking around with dangerously high numbers and don't even know it until a stroke hits. Another hidden danger is an irregular heartbeat, especially a condition called atrial fibrillation. When the heart doesn't beat regularly, blood can pool, forming clots. If one of those clots travels to the brain, it can block a vessel and trigger a stroke in an instant. The good news: a simple checkup can detect this condition, and treatments exist to lower your risk dramatically. Lifestyle plays a huge role too. A diet full of salty, processed, or fatty foods clogs your arteries and slows circulation. Sitting too much allows your blood to become thick and stagnant. But the fix is simple: move your body regularly. Choose whole, nutrient-rich foods. Drink more water. Lower your salt intake. These small actions help keep your blood flowing freely and reduce stroke risk. One early warning sign that's often ignored is a mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack. These brief events may cause blurry vision, slurred speech, or confusion, but symptoms disappear within minutes. Don't be fooled. A mini-stroke is a red flag. It's your brain waving a warning sign that a larger, more damaging stroke could be just around the corner. The most important message here is this: you are not powerless. By staying on top of your blood pressure, eating a heart-healthy diet, being physically active, and listening to the early signs, you can take control of your future. And if you found this part of the video helpful, please type number 4 in the comments so I know you're still with us. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss important health tips that can truly make a difference in your life. Number 5. Cognitive decline. As we grow older, one of the most heartbreaking changes we may face is the slow fading of our mental sharpness. It doesn't happen overnight. Instead, it creeps in quietly, forgetting where we placed our keys, losing track of conversations, or struggling to recall familiar names. At first, these moments seem harmless, but over time, they can grow into serious challenges that affect how we live and interact with the world around us. Cognitive decline is not just about memory loss. It impacts decision-making, problem-solving, and the ability to handle daily tasks. Things that once felt simple, like paying bills, cooking meals, or taking medications on time, can become confusing or even dangerous. And beyond the frustration it causes, this decline can put a person at risk for real harm. Accidental injuries, missed medications, or even leaving the stove on can all happen when our thinking becomes unclear. What's more troubling is that many people don't realize what's happening until it's already well underway. Early signs are often mistaken for just aging. But frequent forgetfulness, confusion during simple tasks, or a noticeable change in mood may be red flags that something deeper is going on. Diseases like Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia go beyond forgetfulness. They affect the entire way a person functions. As the condition progresses, it becomes harder for someone to live alone safely. Basic routines like eating well, staying hydrated, and keeping the home secure can fall apart. Unfortunately, this often leads to a loss of independence, requiring full-time care or placement in assisted living. But here's the hopeful part: while some level of mental slowing may come with age, serious decline is not inevitable. There are steps we can take to keep our minds active and sharp. Mental stimulation plays a big role. Reading, learning new things, solving puzzles, or having regular conversations can all help keep the brain engaged. Physical movement is just as powerful. Exercise doesn't only strengthen muscles, it also improves circulation to the brain, which supports memory and thinking. Even walking each day can make a difference. Staying socially connected is another key. Isolation often leads to quicker mental decline, while regular social contact, whether with friends, family, or community groups, can protect brain health. Lastly, nutrition mater. Diets rich in leafy greens, berries, nuts, and omega-3s support cognitive function. On the flip side, too much sugar or heavily processed foods can fuel inflammation in the brain and increase the risk of dementia. In the end, the way we live today shapes how we think and feel tomorrow. By caring for our brains just as we do for our bodies, staying active, eating well, engaging with others, we give ourselves the best chance at staying clear-minded and independent as we age. As we come to the end of this video, take a moment to reflect on the 5 serious health threats we discussed: heart disease, falls, respiratory illness, stroke, and cognitive decline. These are not just medical terms. They represent real turning points in people's lives, often marking the difference between staying independent and facing a future shaped by illness or dependency. But here's the most important message: these risks are not set in stone. Many people believe that growing old means surrendering to decline. That's simply not true. While we can't control everything, we have far more power over our future than we often realize. The small decisions we make each day, what we eat, how much we move, how we manage our stress, how we connect with others, these choices add up, and they matter. Don't wait until something goes wrong. Preventive care is the most powerful tool you have. Whether it's adding more fresh foods to your plate, setting aside 10 minutes to stretch or walk, scheduling a checkup, or simply reaching out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, each step is a quiet investment in your future well-being. Aging doesn't have to mean giving things up. It can be about gaining clarity, wisdom, and purpose. Yes, the body changes. But with awareness, you can adapt and keep moving forward. You can still feel strong, stay sharp, and continue doing what you love. Not because you're lucky, but because you made your health a priority. Your well-being is your foundation. The more you care for it now, the more time, energy, and freedom you preserve for the things that truly matter: your family, your memories, your sense of self. If this video resonated with you, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it. Your voice might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out on the insights and stories that could help you live a longer, stronger, and more vibrant life. Thank you for being here with us. Stay well, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.